I think obviously we're just trying to go out there and win every night, and obviously we're working on the things that we think are going to we believe are going to make us successful. So in a consistent hockey team, um, yeah, even in a shortened year, it's still a long season, still a lot of games to be played, and there's lots of ups and downs. So it's just continuing to kind of just stay focused on the present and just being in the moment and how we can learn from yesterday and be better now and but best prepare ourselves going forward. So I don't think we think about it as, oh, it's nice to be winning, and even though we think we can be better, I think we always want to have that hunger and drive to be a better hockey team and be more productive and be firing on all cylinders. But at this level, there's going to be challenges. Teams are going to push back. Times where we just don't play as well. So, injuries happen. So it's just all part of the journey of a season. And just for us to stay with it and continuing to find our game and be better and get the results we need.
And sticking with that theme, I know before the season, Kyle Dubas and Sheldon Keefe had said one of the goals for you guys this year is no lulls in the regular season. Prepare yourselves as best as possible for the playoffs. Do you think through this shortened part that you've managed to play without lulls, maybe for a period or two, but certainly not for a game or two?
Yeah, I think we just haven't gotten away from just our game, or just staying with it and staying positive and not not let games get away from us, whether we're playing well or we're not playing well, or we've generated a lot or we have momentum. I think just sticking with the identity we want to play with, the structure that we need to play with, and the accountability we have to have to each other. So so far it's I think there's been noticeable recognition from that on the group, and it's just continuing to kind of just stay with that, understand what our standard is on a daily basis.
We were actually line mates for a while my junior year when I was playing forward, so we have a special chemistry for sure. But I'm excited to have him here. I think he's been playing really well.
Thank you.
No problem.
Next up, we'll go to Kevin McGran, Toronto Star. Go ahead, Kevin.
Two questions for you, Justin. Just following up on that, I think I asked you this before, but what was the inspiration for you to move from forward to defense?
I wish I could say it was my choice. It wasn't really, but there were a couple big prospects that came in. I think it was Brady Shea and Mikey Riley. And all of a sudden, we kind of had a log jam on the D-corps, and they asked me if I'd be willing to play forward. And I said, yeah. And I had a ton of fun. I don't think forward's my natural calling, but I had a lot of fun. And again, me and Boyder were able to get close and get some chemistry going.
I wanted to ask you about your hair, if it's not too personal. What inspired the long hair?
That is very personal. I'm just kidding. Honestly, it was just kind of the quarantine. I was growing it out last year, and it takes so long to grow out. I had put like a year of work into it, and then obviously you can't cut it after that. So I just decided to keep it going. And now at this point, it's kind of out of control, and I have no idea what I'm doing with it, but it's a work in progress.
A D-corps that's had some new additions, obviously, in the offseason. You guys have really seemed to gel together. And I think moving forward, do you feel very confident as a group the way you have played so far?
Yeah, I think the way that we've played so far, we feel really good about. And, it's all six guys that have been playing each and every night, or any given night, I guess would be the right words, because we've had a couple changes in and out. But I honestly think that everyone's been playing really well and pulling their weight. And, we've talked about it amongst ourselves as a D-corps, and I think we're happy with the direction we're trending. That being said, we're only 11 games in and there's a small sample size. So it's going to be something that's definitely a point of emphasis for us moving forward to keep going.
I don't think there's been, any real common themes necessarily. You certainly do see some adjustments. I think that's the biggest one. It's not a big surprise to me, but just it is difficult, to beat a team twice in a row in the NHL. I don't know what the stats are showing on it in terms of, how the frequency of it, not just within our division, but across the league. But it is a difficult thing. It's a difficult thing in regular season. It's a difficult thing in the playoffs. To win that second game, and then that's the challenge. We've been on both sides of that. Where we've won the first game and lost the second. We've lost the first and won the second. So I think that's something we were prepared for going in, and I think that's just such an important thing. If you're looking to create separation in the standings, you've got to be able to do that, to win the second game. So that's what we've talked about that this morning. The other team, in this case, Vancouver, is going to push back. They're going to be, a lot more focused, and they had another day off yesterday, so that's 2 of the last 3 days off, and they'll have a lot more energy and legs here today. So it's going to be a much different game, and we've got to be prepared for that.
Next up, we'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Sheldon, how did you feel Wayne fit in with John and William on Thursday? How did you assess how that line came together?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. I think he's showing lots of jump. He's skating really well, and be able to sustain it consistently throughout games. With his speed, he does a great job of keeping his shifts short. So he gets off the ice before things get real difficult on a shift, and trusts his teammates to go out and do the job, and he rests and prepare to go out for his next one. Obviously, his minutes have increased greatly as the season's gone on here, and we've seen real benefits to that in terms of his confidence and his puck play, and because of how he works and goes to the net and disrupts things on the forecheck. He creates a lot more loose pucks and zone time, for John and Will. So that was good to see.